Have you ever heard of a warrior queen who commanded an army of 20,000 men, expanded her empire to its greatest extent, and became a legend whose name still echoes through the centuries? This isn't a character from a fantasy novel. This is the true story of Amina, the formidable Queen of Zazzau. Get ready, because today we're journeying back to 16th century West Africa to uncover the incredible life of one of history's most powerful female rulers. Our story begins in the heart of what is now modern-day Nigeria, in the Hausa city-state of Zazzau. Around the year 1533, a princess was born. Her name was Amina. She wasn't just any royal. Her mother, Bakwa of Turunku, was a ruling queen, a powerful leader in her own right. From the very beginning, Amina was immersed in the world of politics, statecraft, and warfare. While other children might have played with simple toys, a young Amina was a permanent fixture in the royal court. Her grandfather would have her sit at his feet, teaching her the intricacies of administration and diplomacy. She learned how to read the political landscape just as a sailor learns to read the stars. She wasn't just observing. She was absorbing everything, preparing for a destiny no one could have fully imagined. Even as a young girl, her intelligence and sharp wit were undeniable. It was clear to everyone, especially her family, that Amina was no ordinary princess. She possessed a fiery spirit and a mind as sharp as a sword. As Amina grew into a young woman, her interest in military matters became her defining passion. While her peers were focused on more traditional pursuits, Amina was at the training grounds, honing her skills alongside the kingdom's finest soldiers. She wasn't just practicing. She was mastering the arts of combat. She learned to ride a war horse with unmatched grace and power, to wield a dagger with deadly precision, and to command respect not through her title, but through her sheer skill and bravery. The soldiers saw her not just as a princess, but as one of their own, a true warrior. Her younger brother, Karama, was the heir apparent, but Amina was earning a different kind of inheritance, the loyalty and admiration of Zazzau's army. She was building her reputation on the battlefield, leading cavalry units and proving her strategic genius in skirmishes and campaigns. She was a natural leader, and her presence inspired courage in all who fought beside her. In 1566, after the death of their mother, Amina's brother Karama ascended to the throne. But this wasn't a moment of jealousy or rivalry. Amina was his most trusted general. For 10 years, she was the unstoppable force behind his reign, the lead warrior of Zazzau. She wasn't just fighting battles. She was perfecting her art. With every campaign, her legend grew. She led her forces with a combination of brilliant tactics and fierce determination, securing Zazzau's borders and expanding its influence. She was the shield of the kingdom, and tales of her prowess on the battlefield spread far and wide. People spoke of her with a mixture of awe and fear. This period wasn't just a waiting game for Amina. It was her crucible, forging her into the legendary leader she was destined to become. Then, in 1576, her brother Karama died. The moment had arrived. The choice for Zazzau was clear. There was only one person with the strength, the experience, and the unwavering loyalty of the army to lead them. At the age of 43, Amina became the Queen of Zazzau. She didn't inherit the throne by chance. She had earned it through decades of service, sweat, and sacrifice. The moment she took power, a new era began, an era of conquest. Just 3 months into her reign, Queen Amina launched the first of many military campaigns, embarking on a mission that would last for the entire 34 years of her rule. Her goal was clear and ambitious: to expand the borders of Zazzau further than ever before and to make her kingdom the dominant commercial power in the region. With an army of 20,000 highly trained foot soldiers and 1,000 cavalry troops at her command, Queen Amina was an unstoppable force. She wasn't a queen who ruled from the comfort of a palace. She led her armies from the front, riding into battle with her warriors. Her military genius was legendary. She would conquer a city, and instead of just plundering it, she would integrate it into her growing empire. One of her most brilliant innovations was the construction of massive earthen walls around her military camps and around the cities she conquered. These fortifications, known today as Amina's Walls or Ganuar Amina, were a testament to her strategic foresight. They served as defensive barriers, protecting her territories and solidifying her control. Many of these walls still stand today, silent witnesses to the power of the queen who built them. Amina's conquests were not just about military might. They were about building an economic empire. She pushed Zazzau's borders to their largest extent in history, stretching all the way to the Atlantic coast. Her kingdom controlled the vital north-south trade routes across the Sahara and the east-west routes through the Sudan. This gave Zazzau unprecedented control over the trade of salt, metals, horses, and, most importantly, kola nuts, a valuable commodity in West Africa. Under Amina's rule, Zazzau became fabulously wealthy. Vassal states paid tribute to her, and merchants from across the continent flocked to her cities. She wasn't just a warrior. She was a shrewd economic strategist who understood that true power came from controlling both the sword and the purse. She introduced metal armor, including iron helmets and chainmail, to her army, a technological advantage that made them even more formidable. Amina's personal life is shrouded in legend, adding to her mystique. It is said that she never married or had children. One famous legend claims that in every town she conquered, she would take a temporary husband, only for him to meet a grim fate the next morning, ensuring he could never speak of his night with the queen. While this is likely a myth created to enhance her formidable reputation and explain her choice to remain unmarried, it speaks volumes about how she was perceived: a woman so powerful, so focused on her mission, that she stood entirely alone, unbound by the traditional roles expected of women. Her life was her kingdom. Her legacy was her empire. She was married to her power and dedicated solely to the prosperity of Zazzau. After 34 years of continuous warfare and relentless expansion, the reign of the warrior queen came to an end. Amina died around 1610, reportedly during a military campaign near Bida, in modern-day Nigeria. She died as she had lived, on the battlefield, fighting for her kingdom. But legends like Amina never truly die. Her influence was so profound that up to 400 years after her death, praise singers in the Hausa kingdoms would sing, "Amina, daughter of Nikatau, a woman as capable as a man. She broke every convention of her time." She wasn't just a ruler. She was a symbol of female strength, leadership, and unwavering resolve. She proved that a woman could be a brilliant strategist, a fearless warrior, and a master empire builder. Today, Queen Amina's legacy endures. In Nigeria, she is celebrated as a national hero. Schools, statues, and even an equestrian statue at the National Arts Theatre in Lagos bear her name. She has become an icon, inspiring countless women and girls across Africa and the world to be bold, to be brave, and to lead. Her story is a powerful reminder that history is filled with incredible women whose stories have often been overlooked. Amina of Zazzau was not a footnote in history. She was the author of an entire, glorious chapter. A warrior, a queen, a legend. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey into the life of Queen Amina. What part of her story inspires you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to uncover more hidden stories from history, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support means the world and helps us bring more of these amazing histories to light. Until next time, stay curious.